I welcome you all again in this video lecture series of heat transfer. In this lecture, we would be deriving an expression for heat conduction equation in a hollow sphere, one-dimensional heat conduction equation in a hollow sphere. So this is case third under one-dimensional heat conduction equations. Okay, so this is case third, the hollow sphere. The case third is hollow sphere. We have already derived the expressions for a plane slab and a hollow cylinder. Now we are dealing with the hollow sphere. One dimensional heat conduction equation in a hollow sphere. Okay, so let us consider a hollow sphere. Let us observe a sphere. Let me draw a two-dimensional view for a hollow sphere. So this is a hollow sphere whose inner and outer faces are maintained at temperature T1 and T2. This is a hollow sphere. This inner radius is R1, this inner radius is R1, this outer radius is R2, this outer radius is R2. The inner face is maintained at temperature T1 while this outer face is maintained at temperature T2. Let's observe that this inner face of the sphere is maintained at temperature T1, this outer face is maintained at temperature T2. Now let's derive an expression for heat conduction equation under certain assumptions, and this T1 is greater than T2, this T1 is greater than T2. So heat conduction is taking place from inner face toward the outer face. Since T1 is greater than T2, so the conduction of heat will take place from inner face to outer face in radial outward direction, okay. So heat will conduct in this fashion. In radial direction, conduction of heat will take place. In radial direction, the conduction of heat will take place Q sphere. So the conduction would take place in radial outward direction. Now let us take certain assumptions under which we are working. What are our assumptions of the analysis? Assumptions are, first is one dimensional. We will consider the conduction of heat only in a radial direction, that is in R direction. We will not consider the conduction in phi and theta directions. Please note, in spherical coordinate system there are three points we need to note: radius, phi and theta. Here we are concerned with the one dimensional heat conduction, that is in radial direction. Second assumption is that steady state heat conduction. Second is steady state heat conduction, which means that this del T upon del T would be 0. In steady conditions, the temperature with respect to time will not change, so del T upon del T is 0. Third is the constant thermal conductivity. The thermal conductivity of the sphere material is constant. The thermal conductivity is constant. And fourth and last is no heat generation. There is no heat generation. It means that Qg is equals to 0. No heat generation. Now, under all these four assumptions, first of all, let's note what is the generalized heat conduction equation in a spherical coordinate system. This is the generalized heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate systems. So under assumptions that there is no heat generation, then this Qg by K will become 0. No heat generation, then Qg is 0. One dimensional in radial direction only, therefore these two terms will become 0. Because we are concerned with the conduction only in radial direction, therefore these two terms would be 0. The phi direction and theta direction, that would be 0. Yes or no? So this term and this term would become 0. We are left with only this term. And since steady conditions, therefore del T upon del T would be 0. So under all these assumptions, the generalized heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate systems reduces to 1 upon R square del upon del R square del T upon del R equals to 0. Under all these assumptions, the generalized heat conduction equation in spherical coordinate systems reduces to this. Now this partial derivative can be converted into total derivative, because we are concerned only with one direction. We are dealing heat conduction only in radial direction. Therefore, this partial derivative will become total derivative. Or this equation can further be written. R can be taken to this side, multiply by 0. So the equation will finally become del upon del R square dt upon dr is equals to 0. Now we need to integrate this equation. Integrating once, we will have R square dt upon dr is equals to C1, or dt upon dr is equals to C1 upon R square. This is our equation number 1. Integrating again in the same manner we have proceeded in the last two cases, likewise we have to proceed. Integrating again, we need to integrate this equation again. We will have temperature as a function of radius as C1 upon R square. C1 is constant, 1 upon R square is minus 1 by R, minus 1 by R. So it is minus C1 by R plus some constant of integration C2. This is equation number 2, and the equation 2 gives an hyperbolic variation of temperature 1 upon R. Temperature is a function of 1 upon R, therefore it is hyperbolic variation of temperature. Hyperbolic variation of temperature within the sphere means the temperature will vary in a hyperbolic fashion. This will be a typical temperature curve. The temperature will vary in a hyperbolic manner. Now we have seen what we have seen. We have seen that the temperature distribution comes out to be, T as a function of R is equals to minus C1 upon R plus C2. Now we will again use, this is our equation number 2. Now we will again use the same boundary conditions. We are going to use boundary conditions, certain boundary conditions. What are those boundary conditions? The first boundary condition is at R equals to R1, temperature T equals to T1, and second boundary condition at R equals to R2, T equals to T2. Now put this over here, we will have temperature as T1 equals to minus C1 upon R1 plus C2. Put this boundary condition over here, that is temperature is T2 and the radius is R is R2 plus C2. Now let's subtract from this, we will have T1 minus T2 equals to C1 outside 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1, and this C2 cancels out. So C1 from here comes out to be T1 minus T2 divided by R1 minus R2 multiply by R1 R2. Okay, so C1 comes out to be T1 minus T2 divided by R1 minus R2 multiplied by R1 R2. And from here if I calculate C2 if I calculate by putting the value of C1 in one of these equations, we'll have C2 as T1 plus R2 T2 minus T1 upon R2 minus R1. This is the value of C2, this is value of C1. I have simply put the value of C1 in this equation, so that C2 is equals to T1 plus C1 upon R1, T1 plus C1 upon R1. Okay, so this is the value of C2. Now putting the values of C1 and C2 in this equation above, the temperature distribution equation becomes thus, T as a function of R as R1 R2 T1 minus T2 divided by R2 minus R1 multiply by R plus T1 plus R2 T2 minus T1 upon R2 minus R1. This is the equation for distribution of temperature, that is at any radius R you can obtain the temperature. Put the value of radius, you will have the temperature at that location. At any radius R you can calculate the temperature. So this is general temperature distribution equation. Okay. Likewise, same what we have done in the earlier cases, we are doing the same. Now we need to calculate the rate of heat conduction in this case as well. The rate of heat conduction is given by the rate of heat conduction Q sphere through the sphere. Q sphere is given by Q sphere is equals to minus Ka dt upon dr minus K. Area of any face of the sphere is 4 pi r square. In general, area, surface area can be written as 4 pi r square, and dt upon dr we have calculated as this dt upon dr we have calculated C1 upon r square. Put this value C1 upon r square. Now put the value of C1 over here. Put the value of C1. What is the value of C1? Here it is C1 T1 minus T2 R1 R2 upon R1 minus R2. T1 minus T2 R1 R2 upon R1 minus R2. So now this equation can be written as 4 pi k, this is C1 upon R square as well. So R square and R square cancels out. 4 pi k R1 R2 T1 minus T2. This minus can be removed by writing this as R2 minus R1. This is this expression for Q sphere. 4 pi k R1 R2 T1 minus T2, or Q sphere can finally be written as 4 pi R1 R2 k T1 minus T2 upon R2 minus R1. This is the expression for the rate of heat conduction into the sphere, one dimensional rate of heat conduction equation for a sphere under 4 general assumptions, that is no heat generation, steady conditions, K is constant, and one dimensional. This is the generalized equation for heat conduction through a sphere. Thank you.